Tonight, let us take a slow, soothing journey. A journey into a world of stillness, of calm, of grace. We travel back through the mists of time to ancient Japan to explore the delicate, timeless ritual of the Japanese tea ceremony known as the way of tea. A ritual that is more than a mere act of drinking tea. It is a quiet dance, a meditation in motion, a path toward inner peace. Tonight, we will step inside a humble tea room and discover the beauty of simplicity, the sound of water, the scent of matcha, the art of presence. Let us begin. Long ago, before Japan's tea culture flourished into the graceful ritual we know today, tea was a rare and precious gift. Its journey began far away, across mountains and seas, in the vast lands of ancient China. It was during the 10th dynasty, in the 7th and 8th centuries, that tea first found its way to Japan. Japanese monks, seeking spiritual knowledge and enlightenment, traveled to China's sacred monasteries. They observed rituals, studied texts, and drank tea brewed with reverence. Among these monks was the revered Seicho, founder of the Tendai sect of Buddhism, and Keikei, founder of the Shingon sect. Both men recognized tea's subtle power to aid meditation, to sharpen focus, and to awaken the senses gently. When they returned to Japan, they carried with them more than just tea leaves. They brought a seed that would grow into a centuries-long tradition. For a time, tea was enjoyed only by the imperial court and monks. It was treasured as a sacred drink, an elixir that could soothe the mind and body. By the 12th century, a Zen Buddhist monk named Eisai traveled to China. He studied Chan Buddhism and the art of tea cultivation. Upon his return, he wrote Kisayoki, the Book of Tea, Drinking for Health, which introduced tea as both medicine and meditation aid. Eisai's work planted the roots of tea culture in Japan, but it was still a humble beginning. The practice was slow to spread beyond temples and courts. In the peaceful gardens and quiet temples, tea was a companion to silent reflection. With every sip, the mind was invited to slow down, to become present. It was during the Kamakura period, as Zen Buddhism blossomed, that tea began to weave itself into the fabric of Japanese culture. Monks developed a practice of preparing powdered tea, whisking it with water, creating a frothy, vibrant green beverage. This method was more than practical, it was symbolic. The preparation became a moving meditation, each motion deliberate and meaningful, each breath a step toward calm. By the Muromachi period, tea drinking had become a refined art. Warriors, poets, and nobles gathered in tea rooms, simple, rustic spaces to share in quiet companionship. The tea ceremony was born, not merely as a way to drink tea, but as a path to harmony and respect, a moment suspended in time. And so, from its humble beginnings across oceans and centuries, tea grew to embody a philosophy of life, of beauty in simplicity, of presence in each passing moment. Tonight, as you listen, imagine yourself in a quiet garden, where the soft rustle of leaves whispers ancient stories. The steam rises gently from a bowl of freshly whisked matcha, and with each breath, calm washes over you. Just take a moment to soak it all in. Let the origins of tea remind you. Even the smallest seeds, when nurtured with care, can grow into enduring traditions of peace. The Japanese tea ceremony is not simply about drinking tea. It is an art of presence, where even the smallest object holds meaning. Each tea gathering brings together a collection of carefully crafted tools, utensils shaped by skilled hands, carrying both function and beauty. Let us explore these quiet treasures. First, there is the chawan, the tea bowl. More than just a vessel, It is the heart of the tea ritual. Some are simple, rough, and earthy, with glazes that seem to capture the quiet of mountains and forests. Others are elegant and refined, shaped for the smooth touch of hands. No two bowls are ever truly the same. Their imperfections, their textures, are cherished as signs of individuality. Holding a tea bowl is a sensory moment. Its warmth, its weight, the curves beneath the fingers. Next comes the chasan, the bamboo whisks, hand-carved from a single piece of bamboo. Each chasin has dozens of fine prongs designed to whisk the powdered tea into a soft, inviting froth. The making of a chasan is delicate work, passed down through generations. Bamboo is harvested, cured, and shaped with great care. The craftsman's hands guide the blade gently, splitting and curling the bamboo into graceful arcs. There is also the chashaku, the slender tea scoop. It too is carved from bamboo, its shape designed to measure the perfect amount of tea powder. Simple as it may seem, the chashaku is a symbol of mindfulness, an object that invites attention to each motion, each detail. And then the natsum, or care tea caddies, used to hold the powdered mat. Some are lacquered wood, their surfaces gleaming like dark pools. Others are ceramics with soft, muted glazes, each one quietly beautiful. Even the cloth used to purify the utensils. The fukusa is chosen with great care. Its colors often reflect the season, and its folding movements are performed with grace and intention. Together, these objects create a world of subtle beauty. Each is crafted by artisans, whose work is a meditation in itself, a dance of patience, skill, and love for their materials. The tea ceremony teaches us to see beyond appearance, to notice the way the glaze runs on the bowl's surface, to feel the smooth curve of a bamboo scoop, to admire the quiet strength of a hand-carved whisk. In every object, there is a story, a journey of hands, of earth, of tradition. Tonight, as you listen, imagine the soft touch of clay shaped by a potter's wheel, the gentle shaving of bamboo under a craftsman's knife, the hush of silk as it folds in practiced hands. These are the unseen threads that weave through every tea gathering. The craftsmanship of tools that invite us to slow down, to appreciate simplicity, to find peace in the handmade. The influence of Zen in the tea ceremony is subtle, yet it is not taught through words or doctrines, but through action and silence. It invites participants to enter into a world where time slows, distractions fall away, and every detail is embraced with full awareness. From the moment guests approach the tea garden, they are encouraged to leave the outside world behind. The pathway winds slowly through a carefully tended garden, filled with moss-covered stones, delicate trees, and the soft sound of water. Each step is taken with intention. The world grows quieter with every movement forward, inviting a gradual shift in attention from outward concerns to inward calm. The tea room itself is a space of simplicity and purity. Often small and modest in appearance, it contains nothing unnecessary. The walls may be of wood and paper, allowing soft light to filter through. The floor is covered with tatami mats, their scent blending subtly with the earthy aroma of matcha. In a corner, a hanging scroll may display a few simple brush strokes, perhaps a Zen phrase, or an image of nature, chosen carefully to reflect the season or theme of the gathering. A single flower, arranged with grace, offers a quiet reminder of him. Upon entering, the guest bows not merely to the host, but to the space, the moment, and the shared experience that is about to unfold. This act of bowing is not a formality. It is a recognition of humility and respect, the first step in setting aside ego. The hostee, too, approaches each movement with reverence and clarity of mind. Every action is deliberate, performed not out of habit, but with full presence. The unfolding of a silk cloth, the lifting of the tea scoop, the slow pouring of water into the tea bowl, all are carried out with mindful precision. There is no rush. There is no wasted motion. The tea itself, ground into a fine green powder, is whisked gently into a frothy, vibrant liquid. The preparation is not simply about mixing ingredients, but about entering into a quiet rhythm, allowing mind and body to move as one. The circular motions of the whisk mirror, the natural flow of the breath, steady and calm. Within this ritual lies the heart of Zen teaching. In Zen, enlightenment is not a distant goal, but something found in the present moment, within the simplest of tasks. To sweep the floor, to arrange a flower, to clean a tea bowl, these are not chores to be rushed through, but opportunities to awaken, to see clearly, and to live fully. The tea ceremony is a living embodiment of this philosophy. It teaches that beauty can be found in imperfection, and that peace arises from embracing the ordinary. The concept of wabi-sabi, cherishing, the beauty of the imperfect, the incomplete, and the transient, flows through every element of the ritual. A tea bowl may be asymmetrical, its glaze uneven, yet it is celebrated for its uniqueness. The cracks and textures speak of time, of hands that shaped it, of moments past. Silence plays a vital role in the ceremony. It is not an emptiness to be filled, but a presence to be experienced. In the stillness between words, in the pauses between actions, there is space for reflection. The mind settles naturally, like the surface of a still pond. Thoughts drift by without disturbance, and a quiet awareness begins to blossom. One of the central principles of the tea ceremony is ichi go ichi, a phrase that means one time, one meeting. It is a reminder that each encounter, each moment, is singular and will never be repeated in quite the same way again. The host and guests share this particular moment, this particular gathering, knowing that its beauty lies in its uniqueness. This philosophy encourages deep appreciation for the present and gratitude for the fleeting nature of life. As the tea is finally offered, it is received with both hands, admired for its craftsmanship and warmth before being sipped slowly. In this simple act of drinking, there is a meeting of hearts, a quiet connection between the host, the guest, and the generations of tradition that have shaped this ritual. No words are needed. The shared silence speaks volumes. The tea ceremony is not about perfection or performance. It is about presence. It is a practice of returning again and again to the simplicity of now, of letting go of distractions and opening oneself to the richness of the moment. In the world beyond the tea room, life may move quickly. Noise, urgency, and constant stimulation often pull us away from ourselves. But within the tea room, time itself feels different. The pace slows, attention sharpens, and the heart softens. This is the quiet gift of the Japanese tea ceremony. It shows us that peace is not something we must search for in distant places. It is always here, waiting in the simple acts of daily life, in the sound of boiling water, in the smoothness of a tea bowl, in the warmth of a cup held with both hands. There is serenity. Through the philosophy of Zen, the tea ceremony becomes a gentle guide, leading us home to the present moment, where we may simply sit, breathe, and be. In the quiet world of the Japanese tea ceremony, there is a deep and abiding reverence for the natural world. Every gathering, every ritual, every gesture within the ceremony is touched by the changing seasons. The ceremony does not exist apart from nature. It flows with it, reflects it, and honors it at every turn. As the seasons shift, so too does the tea ceremony. Each gathering is carefully adapted to the time of year, allowing those present to feel more deeply connected to the rhythms of the earth. This harmony with nature is not merely aesthetic, it is spiritual, inviting participants to find beauty and comfort in the passing of time. In spring, the air is soft and full of renewal. The garden begins to awaken with delicate blossoms and tender green leaves. A tea ceremony in spring often feels light and fresh, capturing the gentle energy of this season of beginnings. The scroll in the alcove may bear a verse about the return of life, the soft scent of plum blossoms, or the fleeting beauty of cherry trees in bloom. The utensils chosen for the ceremony may be simple and bright, perhaps with floral designs or pale glazes that reflect the freshness of spring. Seasonal sweets, shaped like young leaves or flowers, are served to complement the delicate matcha tea, reminding guests to savor the fragile beauty of the moment. As spring fades into summer, the tea ceremony becomes a quiet refuge from the heat. Summer gatherings are often held in the cool of early morning or in the evening, when the air has softened. The tea room may be opened to allow the sound of flowing water or the rustle of bamboo leaves in the breeze. The atmosphere is airy and spacious, designed to ease the senses and soothe the body. The utensils may be crafted from cool, smooth materials like glass or lightly glazed ceramics. The tea itself is prepared in a way that is refreshing and uplifting, while the sweets may be chilled or infused with flavors that evoke coolness and relief from the summer sun. The entire experience is designed to invite a sense of calm and quiet refreshment, mirroring the gentle lull of the season. As the leaves begin to turn in autumn, the tea ceremony shifts once again. Autumn is a time of reflection, of gratitude, and of quiet appreciation for the richness of life's harvest. The colors of the tea room may become deeper and warmer, with decorations that echo the brilliant reds, oranges, and golds of fallen leaves. The tea utensils often take on an earthier, more rustic quality, evoking the feel of the forest and the mountains. The sweets served may feature flavors such as chestnut or persimmon, and their shapes may resemble fallen leaves or harvest fruits. In this season, the ceremony becomes a space for contemplation, encouraging guests to reflect on the passing year and to appreciate the beauty of change and when winter arrives, the tea ceremony turns inward, becoming a source of warmth and comfort. The tea room becomes a shelter from the cold winds and snow, a place where the heart is warmed by shared company and the simple ritual of preparing tea. The hearth is lit, filling the room with a soft, welcoming glow. The utensils are chosen for their depth and rich aesthetic, dark glazes and sturdy, comforting forms. The sweets served in winter often feature flavors like sweet bean paste or roasted grains, offering a sense of nourishment and grounding. The entire ceremony invites guests to slow down, to find stillness within, and to savor the quiet moments of togetherness during the long, dark nights. Throughout the year, no detail of the tea ceremony is overlooked. From the flowers displayed in the alcove to the fabric of the host's kimono, every aspect reflects the current season. The choice of tea bowls, the hanging scrolls, the types of incense all are carefully selected to create an experience that feels rooted in the present moment, deeply connected to the rhythms of the earth. The seasonal variations of the tea ceremony remind us of the fleeting nature of time. They teach us to embrace each season as it comes, to find beauty in change, and to welcome both the blossoms of spring and the bare branches of winter with equal grace. Each gathering becomes a celebration of the now, a quiet acknowledgement that this moment, like the seasons, will soon pass, never to return in quite the same way. In this way, the tea ceremony offers more than comfort. It becomes a meditation on impermanence, gently guiding those who take part toward a deeper sense of peace, gratitude, and connection to the ever-changing world around them. The seasons flow through the tea room, just as they flow through our lives, offering endless opportunities to pause, reflect, and simply be present. Throughout the long and gentle history of the Japanese tea ceremony, there have been certain individuals whose wisdom, artistry, and quiet dedication shaped its practice in profound ways. Their lives became woven into the ritual itself, and their teachings continue to guide tea practitioners to this day. Among these revered figures, none is as deeply admired as Sen no Riki, often considered the most influential tea master in Japanese history. Born in the 16th century, during a time of political unrest and cultural transformation, Riku's approach to tea was rooted in simplicity, humility, and an unwavering focus on the present moment. Sen no Riki refined the tea ceremony into an intimate, spiritual experience. He stripped away excess, removing the ornate and extravagant elements that were common among the aristocracy of his time. For Riki, beauty was not found in grand displays, but in the quiet elegance of the everyday. He believed that true appreciation of tea came not from wealth or status, but from sincerity and presence. He embraced the concept of wabi-sabi, a philosophy that honors imperfection. In Riku's tea room, the walls were plain, the space was small, and the utensils were humble. Every element reflected the belief that less is more, and that true richness lies not in possessions, but in experience. Riku's influence extended beyond the walls of the tea room. He became a trusted advisor to powerful figures of his era, including the military leader Toyotomi Hideyoshi. Despite his connections to power, Riki remained deeply committed to the spirit of humility and mindfulness. His teachings encouraged even the most influential individuals to approach tea with respect and sincerity. One well-known tale tells of the time he was invited to inspect a garden filled with flowers. As he approached, he saw that every flower had been carefully arranged in perfect order, creating a scene of flawless beauty. But Riki, valuing naturalness above all else, gently shook a nearby tree, allowing a few petals and leaves to fall naturally onto the carefully tended garden. In doing so, he restored the garden's sense of impermanence and quiet authenticity. Riki also believed in the power of intentional practice. He once famously said that the entire essence of tea could be captured in the words, "Boil water, prepare tea, and drink." Yet he also reminded his students that even this simplicity requires deep dedication and careful attention. To prepare tea with true mindfulness is a lifelong journey. The teachings of Sen no Riki were passed down through generations, carried by his students and followers. Among them were other great tea masters who continued to refine and preserve his approach. One such figure was Takino-jo, a tea practitioner known for introducing a more modest, Zen-inspired aesthetic to tea gatherings. He influenced both Riki and many others, emphasizing a rustic and deeply personal style that centered on quiet reflection rather than elaborate showmanship. Another influential master was Morita Juke, often referred to as the father of the Japanese tea ceremony. He is credited with developing the idea that tea could be a path to spiritual insight, not just a social or political ritual. His teachings planted the seeds for what would later blossom in the wabi-cha style of tea, practiced by Riki and others. These tea masters shared a common belief that the tea ceremony was not merely about drinking tea, but about cultivating a deeper awareness of oneself and the world. Their teachings stressed the importance of humility, respect, purity, and tranquility, values that remain at the heart of every tea gathering. Even today, their influence lingers in every tea room, in every bowl of matcha, and in every mindful breath taken during the ceremony. The tools and techniques they refined are still used, and their stories are retold by tea practitioners around the world, inspiring countless others to explore the gentle way of tea. Each of these masters carried a profound lesson that beauty is found in the ordinary, that peace arises from simplicity, and that every moment can become sacred when approached with intention. Through their quiet devotion, they offered not only a way to prepare tea, but a way to live more fully and peacefully. They showed that no matter how busy or complicated life may become, there is always a path back to stillness. It begins with something as simple as boiling water, whisking tea, and sharing a moment of calm. Their legacy lives on in the soft sound of water heating, in the feel of a warm tea bowl, in the graceful movement of hands preparing tea. It lives on in every person who bows before the tea room, leaving behind the noise of the world to enter a space of quiet mindfulness. And it lives on in the heart of anyone who sits down with a calm mind and an open heart to taste the quiet beauty of tea. As we bring this peaceful journey to a close, I invite you to pause and take a deep breath. If you enjoyed this quiet exploration, and if it brought a sense of calm or reflection to your day, you are warmly welcome to support this space. You can simply like this video or subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to join me again for more gentle stories and soothing journeys, and if you feel inspired to share your thoughts, or perhaps reflect on what resonated with you, I would love to read your comments below. Thank you for spending this time together. May the peace of this moment stay with you, wherever you are.